Today I tried to think of various different things I could talk about, but none of it was really that interesting. So in the end I thought I would do my current list. And this is something I did on LiveJournal once when I was stuck for anything to talk about during a blogging month. And it's basically a list of things that I am currently into. The different areas that usually make up, I suppose, my life, and what I'm currently into. And my current list involves favourite book, favourite TV series, or current book, current TV series, current band, I suppose, or at least current thing I'm listening to, current cosplay, because these days I seem to have a cosplay, and current, sometimes movie, but not at the moment, and sometimes current computer game. But I'm only going to focus on 4 of those. At the moment, my current book is The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett, because I'm working my way through all the Terry Pratchett Discworld, specifically the Discworld books at the moment. And this one is quite far, and it's number 20, but I'm not counting the illustrated books or the young adult books, apart from Eric. I did read Eric. But apart from that, I'm trying to read all of them. And The Hogfather is one I've actually read before, but but not for a long time, not since last year. So I could, it would have been such an easy challenge to read all the books in a year that I hadn't read. If I only read the books I hadn't read, that would have been too easy. So I said I had to reread any books that I've already read and read every single Discworld book. It's going to be tight. I have a feeling I'm going to be rushing through some books in December, but I have high hopes. It's a bit weird reading The Hogfather this time of year, seeing as it's more of a Christmas thing, but it's still enjoyable. My current TV show I'm into might be a little bit obvious. Yes, at the moment I'm still into my Supernatural. I only have the first 4 seasons though, because I've been slowly sort of buying them bit by bit, either second hand or from Amazon. And I've seen up to the 5th series. Everybody says, or a lot of people who've seen the show says, don't bother watching past the 5th series. The 5th series ends so nice and neat and everything, and there's no need to go on to the 6th series. But there is a 6th series, there is a 7th series, and there is an 8th series starting this year. And I love this show so much that I just can't bear the thought that there are other seasons that I'm denying myself just because other people tell me not to. I mean, I understand, yes, it did have a nice tidy ending, but there was something that sort of that nags at me, thinking, I don't get that. So that's why I want to watch the 6th series. And even if it's not as good, I don't care, because I've watched other programs that have declined, and it doesn't take away my enjoyment of earlier seasons. So I want to be able to say for myself whether I think it's worth watching. So I am going to buy the 6th series at some point. Don't know when, but hopefully at some point. I have to be a bit careful with my money at the moment, but I reckon Amazon I can find it quite cheap. And if anybody wants to see it, I would definitely recommend it. If you like sci-fi, or not sci-fi, supernatural, paranormal, anything that's a bit strange, vampires, werewolves, you know, all that kind of thing, I would definitely recommend it. And I know people who don't even like supernatural stuff, like Supernatural. Weird. I think it's the relationship between the brothers, and let's face it, they are really cool. My current cosplay at the moment is Death from Discworld. I actually did Death in May, Expo, and I really liked it. It wasn't the most comfortable costume, it was actually very hot. The one weekend in May that was one of the hottest weekends, and I happened to be wearing a really bulky costume. And this is what it looked like. And I loved that costume. I'm very proud of it because I did make quite a bit of it, including the scythe. I made the scythe from scratch. And I am doing it again, but the only thing I need to actually improve is the scythe. I don't need the costume, I'm keeping the exact same, but I do need to work on the scythe because sadly my scythe split in half. In fact, it broke pretty soon, like a couple of hours into the convention, sadly. because it had a weak spot that I knew was going to be a problem. But I had the choice of either starting again from scratch or just fixing it. And I know there's about 2.5 months left till Expo. So I do have time to start from scratch, but I thought, no, I would see if I could fix it. And at the moment, it looks like this. And in the middle of that bit that's sellotaped, there is a broomstick handle, a wooden broomstick handle, just keeping those two together. And I'm hoping if I paper mache the whole thing, fair few layers, that should be enough. I don't know. I will basically put it through its paces once I finish to make sure that it is strong enough and that it's not going to break again. Like I said, I suppose I have a current computer game. The problem is I've not really gotten into many computer games lately. But I do have Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on my PSP. That actually I've been playing since October of last year. So I haven't been playing it very much. At the moment I'm kind of on a big battle. I'm not at the end, but I am at a big battle, and I'm going to need to level up. And if there's one thing that kind of annoys, I know with a lot of games you're supposed to level up as you go along, that way it's a lot easier, but I'm a bit impatient. I'm sort of a storm through the game kind of girl, so I don't think to level up enough. So that's what I need to do in that game, and I need to find some enthusiasm to do that, because maybe I need to go on more train journeys or something, because that's the type of thing I would do on a train journey or waiting for something. But usually I read these days rather than play my PSP, but I need to get back to that. So that's my current list at the moment. If anybody wants to share their current list, I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday, Christina.